ज़रा नीचे ऑयल लीक है क्या, चेक करो ना यारो। हेलो, ऑयल लीक चेक प्लीज़। नहीं ठीक, काम छोरा आ जाते तो बिल्लियाँ हैं ये। सो हेलो एंड अ वेरी वेरी गुड इवनिंग यूट्यूब। और आज अपना वीडियो है जिंजी ऑटोक्राफ्ट्स के पास। सो एज यू ऑल नो और डोंट नो, आई मूव टू अ न्यू प्लेस एंड कंटेंट भी बाइक से हटके थोड़ा कार फोकस्ड होने वाला है अब। सो यू नो आई गॉट इमेंस रिस्पॉन्स फ्रॉम ऑल यू गाइज यू नो टू मेक मोर वीडियोज़ ऑन वॉट एवर हैपनिंग। तो यस, थोड़ा अपना इक्विपमेंट इधर उधर फेंके हुआ था आज, कैसा कि DSLR निकाले, तो आई एम नॉट गोना बी एबल टू डू दैट कैम ट्राईपॉड पे लगा के वायरलेस माइक्स का शिट, बट I'll try to give you some information on what I have experienced since stepping into the car world since 2-3 years, being someone who's built a TSI as well as a TDI now, both the Gen 2, and I have a latest Gen MQB TSI as well. ये हमारे special guest नीचे छुपे हुए ऑयल लीक को चेक करो बोलता हूँ। So yes, this is where I'm spending most of my time now, and without any further ado, let's begin. आज का टॉपिक रहने वाला है you are a new car guy or wanting to get into cars. So obviously the Skoda Laura is the weapon of choice for you, but which one should you choose? Should you choose a TSI or a VRS or a TDI? And also to throw in some sweetness, we also have a nicely bagged Jetta TDI right there. तो तीनों के pros and cons और एक basic के you know what you're looking at to get into it. We'll begin with that. So let's start off with the TDI. So this is my lovely beautiful daily driver. As you all know, मैं अजाब का डोला खरीद लिया called a Volvo T6, and yeah, it's been troubling me ever since, but yeah, that will be out and about से पहले for my daily. After selling my TSI Stage 3, I picked up a TDI automatic. This is a 2011 car TDI automatic. Now before stepping into it, let me tell you, if you are planning to pick up a Laura, go with a DSG TDI. The manual is not so great because it's detuned to 110 HP, and it also does not get a proper 6-speed box. You get a 5-speed box which has quite a lot of limitations, so you know I would suggest better go for a DSG. But yeah, manual is also not a bad option, but you'll be much happier with a DSG. Again, DSG सुन के कई लोगों के काना खड़ रहे, but let me just quickly show you the interior of the car. अपन इसको थोड़े बहुत चीज़ें चेंज करे हुए हैं. It's got as usual ZA audio upgrade, fucking 3-way speakers and all, a different steering wheel, seat covers, auto headlamp switch. Now this is the ambient variant, which I believe is the mid variant. तो इसमें थोड़ा climate control ये वो आ जाता आप लोगों को. But yeah, if you can find an LNK for a good price, because these cars are slowly dying out, LNK ultimate रहती है आपको. You get all the creature comforts, fucking electronic seats, ये वो. But yeah, without further ado, for a project car, the most two important things is it's got to be cheap, and two important things, it's got to be cheap and it's got to give you a very good power to price ratio. So let's pop the engine bay and discuss a little about the pros and cons. I am also running different set of alloys. This car gets 15-inch or 16-inch depending on the variant you buy. These are 16-inch ones from Laura VRS. What we have here is a proper VRS, not a TSI. So yeah, these are from that car, and I'm running 16-inch tires because I didn't want to lower this car or you know put low profile tires or whatever. इसको मैं SUV के जैसी मार कर रहा हूँ. And Laura का suspension is stock suspension is technically kind of like an SUV suspension. तो जहाँ बोले वहाँ उड़ा लेते, फार्म हाउस कहीं भी लेके जा सकते. तो let me open up the engine bay, and yes, so this also gets an engine cover which I removed because little better cooling and all. थोड़ा आवाज़ ज़्यादा आती है अंदर, but yeah, it's good for the engine. So as for this car, currently I am running a turbo upgrade. That's an OEM turbo. तो internationally आप लोगों को ये गाड़ियों में ऑप्शन आए CR140 engine and CR170 engine. There's also the PD engine, which is that 1.9 TDI we get in the older generations of the Octavia and the Laura with the straight headlamp. So don't go for that. Yes, that's a legendary engine abroad, but India में उसका उतना सीन नहीं है because most of them are pretty much dead now. तो CR इज़ दैट कॉमन रेल, तो उसमें 140 HP 170 HP दो वेरिएंट्स आते हैं आपको, दैट राइट देयर इज़ द टर्बो. So India में we only got the 170 HP turbo which is a Garrett turbo. The CR 140s run a Borgwarner turbo. तो जो Garrett का टर्बो आया आप लोगों को Q3 में आया एंड Passat में आया. That's as far as I know. So you know, doing a stage 3 on this car, like India के हिसाब से stage 3, that's technically a stage 2 internationally. Putting up a bigger OEM turbo, this is not a hybrid turbo again. So you won't look at, you know, phenomenal gains like 50-60 HP बढ़ जा रहा type. But yeah, decent numbers. Stock this car puts out around 140 HP and with a stage 2 tune it'll push around stage 1 and stage 2 पे around 180 to 185 HP, maybe 190 HP tops, and stage 3 is going to push a decent 210 to 230 horsepower. 230 is also like on the upper end of it. Now I know market में कार की दुनिया में लोग बहुत चूतिया बनाते हैं 250 HP 260 HP. Those are all, you know, inflated claims and shit, but आप एक्चुअली देखा जाए तो currently I'm running a between 220 HP and around 450-ish Nm of torque, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it drives. So cons नहीं, let's start with the pros of the TDI. Obviously the mileage. भैया माँ की किरकिरी डाल के गाड़ी को पेल दो, कुछ करते करो, आपको worst mileage I've got on this car is 12. That too at maxing out at 240 or something. And city में regular driving में I get around 15-16 kmpl, and with that kind of power that's something. हाईवे पे भूल जाओ आप, डीजल डला के भूल जाने की रहती है आपको. 900 950 1000 किलोमीटर भी जाती है ना बिफोर हिटिंग रिजर्व. सो यू नो यू गेट एन एवरेज ऑफ अराउंड 20 ऑन द हाईवे विच इज़ bonkers फॉर अ कार ऑफ दिस पावर. नाउ द कॉन्स, as you can see, आप as with a TSI and with a TDI आप काम की गाड़ी लेके मैं बना लूँगा के हिसाब में नहीं जाना. Engine and electricals have to be in tip and top conditions. The injectors on these cars, they generally never really go bad unless you've had bad diesel or something. My car is at 1,20,000 on the Odo right now. Zero injector noise, zero problems with the injectors. So yes, injector आँख खोल के fit करे हुए गाड़ी बैगन नको डालो. You see this little tandem diesel pump here? That's going to give you a leakage issue. आप माउंटिंग के लिए इसको निकाल के लगाते हैं ना लीक होता. इसमें भी डुप्लीकेट गिप्लीकेट बहुत आते हैं, वो सब मत डालो. Go for an OEM one or a Bosch one and you'll be happy. उसके अलावा this car will not give you a lot of issues unless yes, DSG, the biggest elephant in the room. You need to get a car which has not been tampered around मत which DSG का mechatronics change करेगा. See, DSG DQ250, the one you get in these cars, is a lot more reliable than the 200 which you get in the 1.5 TDIs and the 1.8 TSIs, 1.2 TSIs, because this uses a wet clutch system which only goes bad if the oil changes are not done on time. So if you're picking up a car, make sure you get the DSG fluid changed immediately no matter what the previous owner has told you, and use the correct grade of DSG fluid. पिंडा जाके अपने चुन्नू मैकेनिक के पास जाएगा, भाई ATF फ्लूइड डाला लियो रेड कलर का, बोले तो बैगन में मिल जाते. मेकाट्रॉनिक्स उड़ जाता, ज़िंदगी भर खाली गियर बॉक्स बना लेते, बैठना पड़ता. सो आई एम हैविंग सम मैट पुल्स ऑन दिस कार, so no issues at all. Even at 1,20,000 kilometers, that's going to outlast everything. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. But the biggest limitation that you hit with this car is if you want to go beyond 220 or 230 HP for that matter, you need to get a bigger hybrid turbo, you need to get a bigger intercooler, but the most expensive of the lot is going to be your fuel system. You need to upgrade your this high pressure pump, bash pump जो भी बोलते, injectors as well, and that's going to end up आपको इंजेक्टर ही लाख रुपए के करीब चले आते. Even with that, because the airflow of this head is not so much optimized, you're looking at maybe 270, 280, 300 is also a big claim. But yeah, and उसके बाद the biggest limitation again, you will be hitting 500 plus torques again. That is not advisable on a DSG with the stock clutch. You can go up to 450, 480 Nm, basically under 500 Nm with a stage 3 TCU tune. But if you really want to go more, आपको DSG का clutch भी बदलना पड़ता. मैनुअल का तो खैर आई एम गोइंग टू, बट या द बिगेस्ट प्लस पॉइंट यू गोना हैव विद दिस इज, इसको एज अ डेली अगर आप बिल्ड कर रहे हैं सिटी में फिरने करने, सुकून की गाड़ी है, कोई सदमा नहीं लिए जब से, जीरो मेंटेनेंस कंपेयर टू द TSI. ऑन दिस देर इज़ वेरी लिटिल यू हैव टू स्पेंड ऑन द प्रिवेंटिव मेंटेनेंस एस्पेक्ट. और स्टेज 3 भी भाई आप जाओ स्क्रैप यार्ड पे से 20-25-30 हज़ार में आप टर्बो उठा लो, टर्बो डाल लो, पूरा बोल्ट टू बोल्ट फिटमेंट है, ट्यून करा लो. ओवरऑल द ओनली थिंग इज इफ यू गॉट अ DSG car you need to spend on an ECU as well as a TCU tune. So I've spent close to around 65 grand on the tunes. बट या उसके बाद आप टायरा वैरा सब स्टॉक साइज मेंटेन कर लो, हैप्पीली फिरते हैं. गाड़ी 243 मैक्स आउट मारी हुई है. That's about it with the TDI. Any more questions you guys can drop it in the comments and we'll move on to the TSI now. उसके बाद let me give you a hint of the Jetta. कि फलाने ढिमकाने जर्मन मैकेनिक या एक्सपर्ट्स जो भी बोले उस पर मत जाओ. डोंट गो बाय द ओडो रीडिंग ऑन दीज कार्स बिकॉज गाड़ी कम भी चली हुई है. तो लेट्स एक्सेप्ट द फैक्ट दैट इज ऑलमोस्ट अ 15-year-old car, so the rubber parts and all are going to go bad. So yes, the most important bit of preventive maintenance that you'll have to do to these cars, फ्लाईव्हील 1 लाख किलोमीटर के आसपास टक टक टुक टुक आवाज़ शुरू करता. आपको मैकेनिक बोलता अरे नहीं आवाज़ आई तो चलता, स्लिपाँ शुरू है जब को बदलना फ्लाईव्हील बोल के, नहीं बदलना, टक टक आवाज़ ठंडे में कर रहा जब भी बदल देना, क्योंकि बाय द टाइम इट स्टार्ट स्लिपिंग जब तक आपके गियरबॉक्स का इंतकाल आता. सो यू नो फ्लाईव्हील इज़ द मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव थिंग. इट्स अराउंड 28 grand ऑन दीज कार्स. क्लच नहीं जाता अनलेस ऑयल हैज़ नॉट बीन चेंज्ड या रॉन्ग ग्रेड ऑयल हैज़ बीन पुट इन. It's not going to go bad, so yeah, make sure you get the car scanned and checked thoroughly before picking it up. DSG fluid service कर लेना. टाइमिंग बेल्ट किट आती है इसको, नॉट अ चेन किट विच इज़ वेरी इजी टू चेंज. लिटरली इसके पीछे रहती है. सो यू नो आपको 10,000 के आसपास 10-12 हज़ार में वाटर पंप और कंप्लीट टाइमिंग की किट आ जाती. आप वो गाड़ी ओनर कुछ भी बोलो आप बदल लेना, बिकॉज वो गया तो इंजन गया और इसका इंजन एक बार मारा. एनी जर्मन कार फॉर दैट मैटर, यू कैन नॉट rebuild it the way the factory has given it to you. So yeah, that's pretty much about the maintenance you need to do on a TDI. So basically समझ रहे ना आप, एक हैप्पी मैरिड लाइफ है, सुकून की गाड़ी है, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. Let's move on to the Azda of the house, TSI/VRS. So this right here is a 2012 VRS. This is not a standard TSI, this is the VRS. So a lot of people have a lot of questions, भाई VRS में पावर ज़्यादा रहता है. वो नहीं भाई, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. बाहर 2 liter TSI आई with all wheel drive as an option. इंडिया में this was basically like पेट्रोल की LNK मॉडल, बट LNK में भी आपको sunroof नहीं आता. The biggest party piece of an actual VRS is the sunroof. You get some really nice alloys. Apparently these are the same ones as on a Jetta, but Jetta gets a diamond cut ones. But yeah, 16-inch alloys. You get the VRS bumper. The rear bumper is also slightly different, and you get a spoiler. So yeah, you get some bits like VRS steering wheel, a touchscreen audio, but yeah, no climate control and no auto switch. इसमें retrofit करे हुआ है. So you know that's sad. They should have at least given climate control and cruise control. Cruise control भी नहीं आता. So these seats are from a 1.8 TSI Gen 3. This gets beautiful, you know, Alcantara style kind of semi bucket seats, which मैं आपको पैटर्न वहाँ की गिरी आ रहा हूँ. The VRS seats which are yeah, you know that type, और इंटीरियर भी पूरा ब्लैक आउट करे हुआ आता है इसका with the roof and everything else. So yeah, TDIs on an average साफ गाड़ी आपको 3 लाख से लेके 4 लाख के बीच में मिल जाएंगी. TDI TSI anything between 2 to 3 lakhs for a good stock car. ट्यून गाड़ी का तो कुछ भी पूछते, but VRS is a different story altogether. You'll have to end up spending a lot of money because VRS are like very rare and halo cars. So yeah, if someone who wants that little extra oomph factor, इसका मीटर भी 270 का आता. VRS goes anywhere between 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs depending on the condition, the state you're in and all that. But yeah, I had made a separate video of all the common problems you were gonna face on the E888 Gen 2 series. Nice. So I'm gonna put the link to that in the description. आपको specific engine related problems इसमें इतने आते that lot of preventive maintenance, again the biggest difference between that and this, the amount of preventive maintenance that you have to do on this is at least 10 times more than what you have to do for that. उन्हें बेचारी सुकून लाइट रहती, but this you need to, you know, there is so much timing tensioner. You need to check if the injectors are leaky, and over a period of time गाड़ी 1 लाख के करीब हो गई तो you know valve seals, stem seals are a problem. PCV, again you can, you know, go into that video and have a look. to know. But yes, the biggest advantage, let's cons तो पूरा एक separate video है. The biggest advantage you're gonna have with the TSI, the amount of power you can extract from this car is insane. With a hybrid turbo, this car can easily do up to 350 HP on stock internals. वो 400 के पिछले में पूरे भाड़खो बाता रहते. So 350 HP on a stock block from a fucking 1.8 liter engine is insane. This thing will smoke AMGs, whatever you throw at it. And specifically TSIs have always come in traditionally with manual 6-speed transmission, and my car ran around 30,000 kilometers on the stock clutch, a new clutch. I was pushing around 316 HP to the wheels, so that इज़ रिलेटिवली अ वेरी गुड नंबर. 12,000 का क्लच रहता. इसमें फ्लाई व्हील की आपको जनरली दिक्कत आती नहीं है, अगर आई तो भी फ्लाई व्हील सस्ता है, बट उसके अलावा आप काफ़ी दिक्कत आते हैं. सो यस, आपको इसमें स्टेज 2 या स्टेज 3 जाने से पहले इंटरकूलर ये वो डाल के 300 HP प्लस लेके जाने से पहले प्रिवेंटिव मेंटेनेंस आपको 1-1.5 लाख रुपए घुस जाते, बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ प्रिवेंटिव मेंटेनेंस. वो नहीं करे कभी भी इंजन शॉर्ट बताया था. अगेन लाइक आई सेड, डोंट पिक अप अ कार विच हैज़ प्रॉब्लम्स एंड लेके मैं बाद में बना लूँगा, वो करूँगा, वो नहीं होता. थोड़े पैसे बढ़ के जाते, बट गो फॉर अ क्लीन कार. बट येस, this car can push 350 HP easily without any upgrades to the fueling system or clutch or whatever. Brakes इसको superb के बढ़ जाते. On my car I'm running bigger superb brakes as well, 312 mm. So that's about it, all you need. And all-wheel drive conversion on this, while it's not pretty straightforward, but yeah, anything beyond 250 HP on front wheels is a disaster on the road. So yep, मज़ा होता था, no wonder. मगर अगर आप, if you go with a DSG box on this, there are very few TSIs which came with a DSG, but that's again that's a DQ200, but you can swap a DQ250 out of a VR6, which a good friend of mine from Delhi has already done. आप उसके ऊपर आप मैक्स आउट कितना भी जाओ, वो गियर बॉक्स भी नहीं उड़ता अगर अच्छा मेंटेन्ड है तो, और आप 4 व्हील पर रहते हैं, आप AMG की पूरी ले लेते हुए जा सकते हैं आप. So for that price, literally for fucking 1/5 of the price, you can fly around. So yep, मार्केट भी आपको बोल दिया. सो या, माई सजेशन वुड बी यू स्टार्ट ऑफ विद अ TSI, build it, enjoy it, keep it, yeah, sell it and then upgrade to an MQB platform car. But TDI is more of like a daily driver, something that will keep you happy. Yes, you can extract good power from it, but end of the day वो exhaust note की feeling, वो पेट्रोल की high RPM पे boost की feeling, वो blow off valve की आवाज़, आपको वो ड्रामा और वो मज़ा नहीं रहने वाला है in a TDI which you get from a TSI. But yeah, डेली फिरने के लिए अब जैसा आई एम जस्ट रनिंग अ डाउन पाइप, आवाज़ नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं. It's a very simple and straightforward car. But yes, I think I've answered most of the questions, but again, if there are any more questions, you guys can drop them in the comments below. But yeah, and ये दोनों से हटके अगर आपको, now we're talking only about the PQ platform. MQB के लिए मैं separate video बनाऊंगा. MQB is the 2017-16 plus cars. If you need something a little more latest in the PQ platform, something a little more luxurious, you can go with the Jetta. So Jetta को सामने लेंगे. Mileage wise also, again, this my stage 3 car used to give me around 12 on the highway, 12 to 13 on the highway. But yeah, don't expect great numbers as the TDI. But TDI की आदत लग गई, इसका माइलेज गांडू दिखने लगता. But yeah, again, 8 भी निकल रहा आपको सिटी में, 8 to 10 in the city from a 300 HP car. That's pretty fucking decent if you ask me. But yeah, as a daily, that is any day more better than this. हम तो 70,000 किलोमीटर लेके फिरे हमारी गाड़ी. But yep, so like I said, if you're looking for a little more luxurious option, you can also go for a Jetta, because Jetta is one of the few cars up till 2015-16 तक भी, last model जो आई Jetta, I think 16 या 17 तक आई, it's still a PQ platform, whereas the Octavia which you get post 2013 was the MQB platform. But yeah, Octavia diesel I would not really suggest for anyone, because उसको पीछे multi-link suspension नहीं आता. So that's a big no-no for me in case you're going for a diesel car with this power. डीजल पेट्रोल जो भी है, पीछे मल्टीलिंक ज़रूरी है अपने को मार के लिए. सो या, अगेन, Jetta is also a really good option. It's very similar to Laura in a lot of ways, but yes, Jetta में एक चीज़ है, if you're going for a manual, that's a better option, because 6 speed आपको manual gearbox आता, not a 5 speed. And Jetta manual and DSG, both of them make around 140 HP stock. So Again, this car is also running a upgraded Garrett Turbo CR170 from a Q3, same as my car, and headlights, gidlights सब change करे हुए हैं. But yeah, Jetta is a little bit more wider. It feels a lot more plusher from the inside. As you can see, you get really nice steering, and interior and all is a lot more luxurious. It's not as sporty as the Laura, but it's a lot more sturdier feeling on the highway and a lot more planted at higher speeds than the Laura. But yeah, if you're a street racer kind of guy, which I would not suggest, still Laura is a better option. But yeah, थोड़ी बहुत और लग्जरी और थोड़ा फैमिली यूजेज के लिए Jetta is a better option. Again, इसमें भी आपको सेम जो Laura TDI में चीज़ें कराना है, इसमें भी वही सब कराना है. Looks are subjective, but yeah, firstly I feel the Jetta looks a lot better than a Laura. And इसमें भी आपको Type 1, Type 2 up till 2012, 13 you get one shape. I think 14 तक आया वो shape. 15 में थोड़ी facelifted आई, which is this one. Now this is running aftermarket tail lamps and also an exhaust. Yes, like I said, TDI पे exhaust का वो मज़ा नहीं आता. It does sound good, so I'll just show you the exhaust note of this car in a bit. But yeah, I would still suggest personally diesels पे मेरे को exhaust, I'm not a big fan. TSI has that drama, that you know, high RPM पे पुकारा और अपने blow off valve का sound, all of that shit. But yup, so I think that ends the vlog for today with the exhaust note of a 2-liter TDI in the end. So go. Before you guys ask, yes, black smoke is a problem. It's not exactly a problem, all diesel engines do that, but on a tuned car with or without an exhaust, be prepared for black smoke. TSI should not leave black smoke. If TSI black smoke मार रही बोलते, there is some big problem. So yeah, धुआं भी एक factor है.